BODYLOGIC Physiotherapy, empowering people to achieve better health.
Sarah, I'd love to learn a little bit about pelvic pain, and I just wanted to ask you if you could describe what pelvic pain is and just give us an idea of what it feels like, how people describe it to you.
So pelvic pain is pain that occurs anywhere in the region of the pelvis. It could be pelvic joints, so symphysis pubis or sacroiliac joints. It could be more the groin, more towards the buttocks. It could be the genitals, could be coccyx or coccydynia type tailbone pain. So really pretty much anywhere in the region of the pelvis. It also can be lower abdominal, so more pelvic organs that are internal that could be feeling like the source of the pain. And any sort of descriptors from aching to sharp to stabbing to shooting to varying intensities or multiple of those could be included. And what we've found that with people with pelvic pain and occurs with pain in general is that the muscles in that region can become affected, whether they were originally a source of pain or they become sort of tight from bracing and guarding around the area that is painful, then they can then become involved in the pain itself. Or it could be that there's been muscle weakness where muscles haven't been doing the support function that they should be, which could have occurred with pelvic floor dysfunction, so with prolapse and continence issues. However, generally with the pain issues, we find that it is that tensing of the muscles, that guarding, that then brings into more pain because they're not getting the blood flow and the oxygen they need, and then that feeds into further tension, further pain. Other things then can develop so that with the pain there might be concerns about doing certain activities or fear of activities, fear of movement, which further braces and guards because they're trying to protect. As well as emotional conditions, so stress, anxiety, distress, all can increase your muscle tension. And if you've got an area of pain and then on top of that you become anxious and stressed, that can become even more so a problem. So there's many things that then can contribute to the muscle function not being the way it should be, but also then contributing to your pain. There's also a lot of talk between your organs and everything within the pelvis. So you might end up with a bowel dysfunction originally that's then resulted in other pains in your pelvis or bladder dysfunctions. So with pelvic pain, there can be a few different factors going on. So a thorough assessment would be looking at bowel function, bladder function, sexual function, and muscular function and control in and around the pelvis. So conditions that could produce these types of symptoms could be painful bladder syndrome, pelvic girdle pain, tailbone pain, a condition called pudendal neuralgia, which is underneath perineal pain, endometriosis, irritable bowel syndrome, any sort of issue, and even prolapse, which could be thought to be a weakness problem. People become fearful of laxity or stretch of the vaginal walls, and that can then result in bracing and guarding and pain as well. So there's a variety of conditions that can contribute to that, and interestingly often it could be a combination of that or something else going on somewhere else in the body that's all contributing to the pelvic pain.
Wow, so it's probably a little more complex than a lot of people think, and I know that we've having conversations online with people before. People seem to think it's all about the muscular system, but it sounds like there's this real contribution from the organs and the muscles, and the nervous system obviously is hugely involved as well. So as a physiotherapist, I'm guessing a big part of your role is going through that whole story, that person's journey, and all those different contributing factors in order to help them through their pain experience.
Yeah, and getting that thorough assessment and history initially is really important. So getting their story, listening to different events that might have happened through their life. And really interestingly, sometimes there's things that haven't been put together before, or they haven't associated with why they've ended up with what they're feeling currently. And that understanding of how they've got there and what's contributing to it is really important. It's validating, and it helps to be able to move forward and manage where where the symptoms are now, but manage moving forward and help the nervous system to calm down, the muscles to be able to relax more, them to be able to move more confidently, lose the fear, lose the guarding, and then it'll just moving forward from there, reducing the pain.